question for you is, how was the wedding planning process in general for you guys? As two very busy people, what was the wedding planning process like for you guys?
There was a lot. So there's more than you think that's involved with this whole process. And the fact that it was a destination wedding only makes it that much harder, because there's like currency exchanges, there's like venues, and there's a lot of things about the venues that you just don't know. And you do learn some things when you go there, but then there's a bunch of other things that you just won't notice the first time you see a place. You actually have to like be there and do it multiple times to actually catch some of the like minor things that could be really big for you, if it matters, like a bathroom that's easily accessible.
Yeah, like seriously. Like just like those like really like basic things. And it's funny because I think, you know, we kind of knew that we wanted to do like a wedding in Trinidad and Tobago, most likely Tobago, because I think we had sort of fallen in love with the idea of like having a wedding in Tobago, and it was our first time actually going to Tobago despite being Trinis ourselves. And so I think like leading up to this, like I had actually done like a lot of like research trying to figure out like venues and things like that, and it was just so hard getting in contact with people, you know, figuring out if like different people were, you know, keeping it real with you and actually like, you know, letting you know what their actual availability is, like letting you know like what their actual price is, you know, like things like that. And so I had spent like so many months like actually emailing venues and all of these other things before we got to you. And it was just like, my God, the like time, stress, and effort of like months of just like scooping and looking like, could have just started here, you know? All that to say is that we really wanted to have someone that was local, someone that knew the language in terms of like getting like different events going, someone who had a breadth of knowledge in terms of like vendors. So like all of those were the things that we were really hoping and looking for, especially because we decided that, you know what, we're committed, we're going to do this destination wedding.
Yep. Plus, not being there, vendors are really difficult, because like not even besides negotiating all the specifics, just even knowing who to go to in the first place, it's like,
and who to follow up with.
So you think that that process for you guys, which is a very common thing, just getting the information for you to decide on what you want to go with. So once you got that out of the way, the process felt a little easier for you guys once you got to us, basically.
Yes, that was the game changer. That's what changed our trajectory and sort of had us realize, you know what, we are going to have this wedding. Like we are actually going to do this wedding. We're going to do a destination wedding, and it's going to be great.
In 2025, not 2027.
Wow.
We would have been planning for a certain amount of persons. As usual, coming down to the end, we were like, okay, what the RSVPs are looking like? We made some adjustments. And then literally probably 2 days before the wedding, 2-3 days, you're starting to get some information that your numbers sliced, right?
Yeah.
But after we would have committed to payments and stuff. My question to you is, one, how you guys kept really calm? Because Keisha, you in particular were like, okay. And I was stressing because I'm here like, this is money though. Like I wish I immediately got on the phone. You will know, I immediately got on the phone. I was like, what can we do? Because it was just money. I think we need people to understand that a person is $1 and a cent, you know? And when you many dollars, yes. When you're coming and then you can't come, like it's not like it's really appreciated to call and say, I can't come again. So my question here is, how did you guys manage that emotionally? Because I think that's what it really is.
I'm not gonna lie, I was definitely very flustered. And so I think for us, we just kept going back and forth because we kept trying to just follow up with people. Because, you know, like people say one thing and then it's like, dang, they got like real quiet. Like I haven't heard from them in like a little while. Like what's going on? And then all of a sudden their RSVP stuff is changing. Like what's going on? And so I think initially, like I had like so much like anxiety about it and like so much worry about it. But I think ultimately, especially as we started getting things squared away, it felt like things were finally falling in place. And so even though this was this one thing that kind of was very unfortunate in the sense that, we started with 80, we went to 60, we cruised down to 30 something.
Yeah.
And so that's like huge, right? Like just even thinking about like who's going to be there and like what the vibe is going to be. But I think at the end of the day, it's like we knew all of the people that loved us and could be there were there. We knew that we were in good hands and that everything was planned to the night. Like there wasn't something that we had to like worry about. We didn't have to worry about food. Like we didn't have to worry about entertainment. We didn't have to worry about like all these other details. And so I think like, especially being there with that kind of removed off of our shoulders, I was sort of like, you know what? It is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. And we had the best time regardless.
You did, and we have the footage to show it. You had to sum up in one line, probably in like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
What the process was like for you, how you sum that up? Like after all was said and done, to get to us, what would you sum up that process like?
Ooh, I would say that like once we had your team involved, I think it just made things that much simpler and that much easier. We felt like we found someone that we could trust, someone that we could really rely on to advocate on our behalf, to really give us, we're indecisive people. And so someone who's like, okay, these are the 4 people I recommend, look it through, make a decision. Like we really needed that force kind of pushing us throughout this process. And that really like made this whole planning process so much less stressful than it had been before.
Yeah, and like in my, I guess, day-to-day life, I work with like project managers and stuff like that who keep me on task. So it's familiar for me and much appreciated to have someone who was like dedicated to be like, well, we need to do this by this.
Yeah.
Because I work really well with that.
Yeah.
But when that's not there and I have to make my own deadlines, then it's like, when I feel like it, which
I get that. Now I know why you guys went quiet on me towards the end. Y'all were just like, this is happening. I have to be like, you guys realize you're getting married in a month? Like, you guys, come on.
Yeah.
You're in the home stretch by that point.
That makes a lot of sense now. All right. So, advice would you give to other destination weddings, trying to get married in Trinidad? Like, what would you say to them?
I'd say like for anybody planning a destination wedding, I would definitely look for a wedding planner that is local to the area. That's how you really figure out like who are the best vendors, right? And you could really rely on the fact that, hey, this person has used this person in the past. They like know the deal. They highly recommend them versus, someone just trying to like figure out, okay, this seems like a good vendor. It seems like they have good reviews. I think I could trust them,
Yeah, because the photos are always cropped and angled.
Yeah, the photos always look great.
They are.
They always look great, but then you never know until you're actually there.
You guys so very much for just being amazing clients, because you really were. Really appreciate your energy more than anything. Your trust in us. You guys it was effortless. You took advice very well. You took guidance. It wasn't about us, but we heard you. We gave you back, and then you came back with what you wanted, and that's all any planner can ask for. Anybody that can decide. I'm talking to my folks really. Anybody that just knows what they want and just trust the process. Thank you for trusting the process. That's all I really have to say. Thank you for trusting the process, and thank you for trusting us.